All right. I think we should be live. That I think is going to do it. Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday morning, and I don't even know what time it is. But it's time for the Monaco Grand Prix. Welcome to Monte Carlo. We are dressed for the theme because it is a high stakes game for a high stakes race. Fran, this race is notoriously as unpredictable as the roulette table, and it has already started delivering. It is not Mercedes and it is not Red Bull in pole position. It is actually nobody in pole position, as Leclerc in the Ferrari has been ruled out of this race. His teammate Sainz is in fourth, but let's get straight to it. The incident that everybody is talking about from qualifying yesterday. You're going to
Also,
see it up.
just quick second, check the
Oh,
stream because I don't know if it's my connection, but it's messed up.
oh, what happened to it?
I can't load it.
Um,
So just check it on YouTube before you
okay.
go.
Let's look at that. Let's look at why my internet is just borked. You might refresh. I think it's going.
Okay, all right then, it's going.
I see it as going. I don't know. Somebody in chat will have to confirm that we are in fact that it is in fact going. Uh, Hold on. Let me turn on my.
Oh no, it is working on my phone. Maybe it's just my computer.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Okay, then we should be good then.
Okay. All
Anyways,
right. We're good. All right. So there we go. It's a beautiful day in Monaco. Sunshine. Look, Fran's got the sunglasses. I'm in the
amen,
blazer.
brother.
We're ready to go to the casino and lose another 400 euros like the first time that we went there. So in any case, the incident that everybody's talking about, Fran, the Leclerc crash from yesterday. We have it up on the screen now. Coming around the swimming pool, Leclerc breaks hits the barrier, loses the front right, and goes right into the wall.
Yeah, in this moment here, to be honest with you, I think he knew he needed to put in a faster lap because both of the Red Bull and the Mercedes were going on basically on their two on their they wanted to do two hot laps, and the third one was going to be their final one to be the fastest one. So he knew he had to put in a fast lap, and in that situation he honestly just pushed it too hard and he put it into the wall. And at that at that point, I mean, it's just a really disappointing move for him and Ferrari, to be completely honest with you, because between them, it is absolutely this. Their car is set up to do well here at Monaco and to surprise everybody, and breaking and having an accident incident like that is disaster. And to be completely honest, I actually think that in that situation, that's where you actually just take the penalty. You don't risk not actually being able to race the entire race like they did today. And the gamble obviously did not pay off for them, and that's rather unfortunate for Ferrari and most of the Ferrari fans around the world as well,
Yeah, we know we
and also
have.
for the general enjoyment of the of the sport, because it would be probably more exciting if Leclerc was starting in first. It is his home race, so.
Indeed, that is the heartbreak here. Leclerc, one of the first Monegasque to
Yeah,
actually,
Monegasque.
yeah, to actually start on pole in over 80 years. And then uh, here at Monaco as well. So the course, the formidable 73 laps is what we have to go here. Actually, the shortest course of the season, 3.337 per lap, 110s in qualifying. Expect maybe to see something a little lower than that by the time we get to the end. That's quite a nice yacht there in the distance.
Yeah,
That super yacht.
that
That
is
is
quite
quite
the
the yacht.
view of
Quite the view.
of Monaco itself right now.
Make sure to jump into Discord, Frank. Put the Discord link into chat if you want
Yes, I
to
will.
watch the race along with us. The McLarens, Norris will start technically in fourth, I suppose, now since there is no one. In the Gulf Oil livery, looking very, very good for this weekend in the old school.
But to be honest with you, looking fantastic, but have been rather not great in Monaco so far because of the McLaren, as we kind of been talking about throughout these other races. their best races have been the ones where they have the straight line speed and they have the actual ability to make it and go into the high speed corners. And in Monaco, that's completely the opposite. So it's actually pretty interesting to see them not. And also, the
Somebody
Alpha
has
Tauri
stalled
just
here.
stopped, or the Alfa Romeo just stopped.
Red Bull was trying to petition to get Max to move over to the right. The
Oh,
entry into
in front.
turn, yeah, the entry
Yeah.
into turn one is going to be the one to watch. As Valtteri Bottas in third is going to try to take the inside line going into that turn. It is Sainz in the second Ferrari there in fourth, Norris fifth, Gasly will start sixth, Hamilton seven, despite his, he's leading in the championship standing. Vettel eighth, Perez ninth, and Giovinazzi number 10. And we are getting ready to go underway. Buongiorno, Paolo. Unfortunately, we know the Ferrari fan in chat is not going to get the Ferrari to start on pole, and we have lights out here in Monaco. And let's see, Verstappen is
Max
going
is
to
going
take
to be able to get in
immediately
front.
on the
Yep.
inside.
Oh, there was a lockup there with Hamilton in his left front. Everybody else is, they're going to try to go three wide in a place where you cannot go three wide.
Bottas, actually. Hamilton's way in the back.
And sorry, it's Bottas. Hamilton started in 6 or 7. This is kind of the race where basically if you are in the back, you will be in the back the entire time. It's extremely hard to pass on this track, and it is the shortest, as you said, it is 0.207 miles.
Miles, yeah. So, a fun fact: the entire country of Monaco could fit into Central Park. Do you know? Yeah. Quite extraordinary, actually.
And it also has. This is one of the tracks with the slowest corners in actually all of F1. In Razgaz, they go down to 30 miles an hour, which is actually still pretty quick if you've ever made a turn at 30 miles an hour.
It is, but it is slow by F1 standards.
Yeah, by F1 standard, it is extremely slow. But it looks like Red Bull here is going to be in position. Also pretty cool to see that Monaco has people in the stands. Hopefully it's all socially distanced, blah, blah, blah. Oh, that type of jazz. But it's nice to see people in the stands and people out there and being able to celebrate hands down, the most exciting and famous races there are in the world.
Yeah, and you can see over there the drivers' standings on the right. Verstappen trailing Lewis Hamilton by 14 points, stands to possibly pick up as many as 25 should he win the race tonight.
Do you think anybody in the city complains about the noise?
No, I don't think so. I think everybody is watching today. Remember, what makes this quite unique, in fact, is the fact that they are racing on the tarmac of Monaco. Yep. So when you ask, well, when was this track built? It turns out 1215 as when the city was actually constructed. So
into the tunnel
we go. Verstappen on lap 2. The Ferrari sitting there, no wheels on it, and not going to get out of the garage this morning. Verstappen looking good so far here, being pursued by Bottas. Only one DRS zone in the course, and that's coming around in Sector 1.
That's why it's actually so hard to pass here. Not only because, yes, you are literally racing in streets, but other than the fact that there literally is only one DRS zone. In most of the tracks we've actually seen, I think in most of them, we've almost seen 2 DRS zones, typically on the straight where you start, and then there's another straight later in the track. In Monaco, obviously, since we're racing around a city, that is not like that. And Verstappen, without a doubt, obviously sets the fastest lap, considering it was the first lap. But
yeah, currently at 117.4. That will... we will see at least 7 seconds shaved off. My guess is that we're close to about 1 minute by the end if we get this.
In terms of the whole Leclerc thing, I mean, it stinks, but also he just gets to walk home, right?
I guess. Here, right? I mean, I think he'd rather be racing.
I was watching back at one of the old Monaco ones, and it was when Kimi was racing for Mercedes and he crashed, and the picture in the video is him crashing and then walking to his yacht.
That's what you meant by home. Oh, yes, the yacht. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure. You could just walk right off.
I'm sure some of these drivers have yachts that they bring to Monte Carlo, and they're like, yeah, I might as well just stay there, right?
Yeah, you wonder how much. I'm curious if there was casino night, perhaps after the race tonight, to see.
I'm sure the mechanics and them have been having too much fun.
The casino Monte Carlo, assuming that it's open, I suppose. But
I think I feel like Monte Carlo is kind of like Vegas. in the sense, but
It
I would
never closed.
like to think they take a little better precautions. And here we're actually seeing I think this is Perez right
This is going to be
behind
Perez.
Vettel here.
Yep.
Vettel's actually been doing better than Stroll. It actually outqualified Stroll, which at the start of the season was not happening. So that is, and here we're going to see a
Replay of the race start.
replay of the race start. Yeah, I mean,
I mean, this is exactly what we said. Red Bull wanted, had petitioned F1 to allow Verstappen to move over into the start on the right
yeah,
hand
to be
side.
able
He
to
knew he
cover.
had to protect this coming in on the right side, the inside coming in on turn one. He dives in there. It's exactly what he does, and he's successful. Good get up off the start. And remember, folks, jump into Discord. We have the race streaming there as part of the watch party, and then you can even let us know who you think wins. I think Red Bull. Well, there was a tie between Red Bull and Mercedes.
Yeah, I think there was a tie between who we thought was going to
Yeah,
win.
people voted yesterday. There was a bit of a tie. So.
And then Ferrari came out in front, but I think everybody changed their reactions once the news of Ferrari came. But here, yeah, that is the slowest corner here. This is pretty much the fastest part of the track where you're actually able to enable the DRS here, but still definitely not in.
No, he's not in range. He's
Not
about
even close.
1.337 behind.
And I had to say, since this track is built technically so long ago, it's not like your actual normal racetrack in the sense of, so like normal streets like you and I that we drive on are like 20 inches of concrete. Most racetracks are like 40, 60 inches of concrete. So it actually, like, the amount of absorption and the amount of cushion that the track actually has is way less than any other like actual racetrack. Like, racetracks are actually developed to be raced on. This was developed to be driven on.
Well,
so
to
it
be
is
fair,
very interesting in that sense.
I suppose it is missing the cobblestones from back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the suspension nowadays would not fancy that very well.
Yeah.
But it is interesting to be like, yeah, this isn't like a track asphalt
No,
type
this is
stuff,
not.
which is
This is not.
fascinating. And also, like, there are speed bumps on the track, as in, like, hey, if I was driving on Monaco last week and I hit a bump, they're hitting the same bump you hit. Not that I drove there, or if you did, lucky you. But
Well, you could walk. You can walk this
you
entire
can walk
thing.
the track. Yeah,
And,
exactly. Well, we've walked through the tunnel.
Sure, like it's like
cool.
it's a you just go to like touristing, on holiday and take your yacht down there. Apparently, 1 in every 3 people living in Monaco is a millionaire. By the way, another fun fact.
Not surprised by
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And
Highest
Mick
per capita in
Schumacher
the world, or second highest
making
per
a
capita
nice
in the world.
move there on his teammate Mazepin, which not surprised about.
Yeah, both. I was surprised. Schumacher actually got. It was technically the first wreck of qualifying.
Yeah,
And then looks like they were able to fix up the car there. He lost basically the entire rear of the car.
should have sent the Haas engineers over to Ferrari to fix their car.
Yeah. So there could be interesting stuff going on though, because remember, if you end up getting, like a yellow flag or a red flag, it could cause
it completely changes it.
Some rather crazy stuff. So.
Well, you also have to think this is a track to where, I mean, knock on wood. I hope there. I mean, I don't necessarily watch F1 to hope there are accidents and there are crashes.
Yeah,
but I think I would say that I would expect one today.
Well, at least 2 already.
Yeah, I would definitely expect one today. So just because of like the actual track, if you look at these fine margins, it is absolutely insane how close they get to the wall. Like, no joke, they are literally like less than a millimeter away from the wall. And all it takes is one of the drivers to like try to go for it too much, or he just is carrying too much speed, clips it, and he's going to wreck the car and also stop the race. I'm not saying that like I'm looking for that to happen, but it's most likely going to happen just because of the fine margins. It's not like we're in Portugal or stuff where you just like spin out. No, like you actually hit the wall. Like your apex is to the wall. It's not like to the side of the track.
Indeed, and it's only a 20-person race, and 2 have already managed to crash in the last 2 days. So that's 10% of the grid.
And then Sainz as well, which is interesting. This was the first time Carlos was actually ever out-qualified by a teammate in Monaco. Then again, we never got to see Sainz's last lap, but so
Right.
kind of cheating. But
Yeah, there were 18 seconds left in that
and they
qualifying
were all on
segment.
their hot laps, so they
Yeah.
were all going to be able to finish them. But Sainz is doing pretty well in the Ferrari so far, and he has enough gap and space between him where he just got to race his own race and just keep the car under control for now. Norris, that was my comment that I was going to make about the McLarens. Ricardo makes no sense.
Ah,
It doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Maybe he came to Monaco and he's partying and doesn't care or something like that. But like the dude he won it in with his Red Bull car like 2 or 3 years ago. And also in the race last week, he was doing better than Norris. So I don't understand like where the drop off was. It doesn't make any sense to me.
yeah, he actually commented he didn't. They basically the audio at the end of qualifying was like I've got nothing, so he like had no idea why it was such a slow qualifier
Yeah,
for
maybe
him.
something happened with the car, or they did something, but it doesn't make any sense because he started the season slow and then he did really well last time, but then like this is just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, race turned into it looks a little bit like qualifying at the moment. There's a decent amount of separation between the teams here. You got about a 1 second interval between Verstappen and Bottas that keeps kind of floating between one and 1.5 seconds, depending on where you are on the track. Lando Norris has just put in the fastest lap here at
Well, they're doing
1:16.655.
116s. They're not even close. They're
No, they're
not
not even
going that
close.
fast.
That's why I was saying I expect at least
I
down
feel
in the
like they're going like
110s.
half. Yeah, I feel like they're like not actually like pushing it that hard at all yet.
All the top 10 on the grid on the softs at the moment, looking to see if we have a two-stop race or if we have some sort of crazy strategy that comes out from Mercedes again, like they did last week. And to win this race, they're probably going to need it. So we would expect to see something crazy probably happen around lap 40, like in the 40 to 50 range would be my guess, which is kind of
And
where they made their move last week.
also, an interesting note about the tires is they're actually at a completely different percentage or psi. Since there actually are no high speed corners, they're able to increase it, so they're at 17 psi, which is quite just a slight change from other. Because with no high speed corners, less pressure on the tires, you could actually have them and they won't actually pop on you. So
And
it
by
is
high
actually quite
speed, you mean
interesting.
here just went around the swimming pool at 130 miles an hour. So,
Yeah, that's not a high speed corner, I guess, in F1. In F1 terms.
right. Make sure to jump into Discord if you want the race itself. We have it streaming there as part of the watch party and jump in to let us know who you think is going to win this race today. 10 laps down so far here in a beautiful day in Monte Carlo. And the grid basically just the way it started. Not much. Everybody moved up one position because there was no pole, but otherwise, that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, other than that, and that's kind of expected for the start of. To be honest with you, that is kind of expected for the start of F1 in this situation here, because it is it, as we've kind of been saying, it's almost impossible to pass anybody on this track unless you're literally right next to them on the DRS zone, right? So it when this race starts out, it kind of turns into this long
Yeah,
like line
and
of
actually
cars
back in
because you can't really bunch up. There's just straight up not enough
yeah,
space.
there's just not enough room.
Like you literally just can't. And you also don't want to really slipstream. You can't really slipstream the cars here as much. You can maybe do it on the DRS zone, but like you can't because there's actually not enough space to like it. It comes to the situation where you almost if you slipstream, it actually may hurt you because you have to go into the corner at such a low speed. You're going to lose the actual downforce on the car. So it's not may not actually be as advantageous to be right next to a car the whole time.
There's also some rather wild elevation changes. You saw coming out of there in sector 2. You go way up, and then coming down here is this crazy. This turn 6 and 7, where you basically come out of the turn going 180 degrees of when you came in. Actually, and you were mentioning the lack of passing here in 2003 Grand Prix, which is what like now 18 years ago. There was a grand total of 0 passing moves. Actually, that
Oh, I
tunnel I bet
realized I
is
did
quite
something
loud.
wrong on the Discord.
Oh, what'd you do?
I didn't make the viewing channel. private
Well, that's fine.
for now.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll do that later. I'll fix it later. Anyways,
Science and Norris battle for third and fourth. Let's see the gap between those two right now at about
so
3.4 seconds.
so I guess in one thing we can kind of touch on, since this is not saying that it's boring, but everybody's in line and doing what they need to be, and they're obviously not pushing the cars that they need
Yeah,
to,
not yet.
as
Not
fast
yet.
as they need to. I mean, they're only putting 116s and they were doing 110s at qualifying, so literally 6 seconds off the pace. And one of the things here is kind of disappointing. I expected Alonso to be doing a lot better at Monaco. I mean, he's come here before, he's won it before. So the problem with the Alpines that they've been having in Monaco is the fact that their cars have way too much understeer. And just kind of explain this is when you're actually going into one of the corners, look at how actually, like, when Max moves the steering wheel, the two front tires actually go where he wants. The problem with the Alpines right now is that the front tires are lagging behind the back tires, which is understeer in the sense where it's taking too long to actually get the front around. So right here, if he's understeering, he would be taking too long to actually get the front around, making him go wider and not able to carry enough speed around the corner. That's something that the Alpine crew has been dealing with and trying to figure out. They haven't really been able to figure it out, obviously. They were talking to the race engineers and stuff yesterday. It's just kind of a disappointment for them, and they're going to try their best. But on other tracks, unlike Monaco, when you're racing in the street, it is really beneficial because Alpine has been doing well on the big tracks in Portugal and Barcelona as well. So it's kind of that crazy change when you go from a big track to a street track like this. Like, it really does change the dynamics of the car.
Yeah, and I mean, this is like the turns here is you want all the advantage you can get into the turns. We have the fastest lap put in by Sergio Perez, actually, the first lap under 116. He's got a 115.9. I saw quite a fantastic yacht, by the way, if we get another look at the marina here.
Yeah, there's some absolute stunners out there. I wouldn't be surprised one of them is owned by Lewis either. With
what
his new
what how
contract that
much
he
did we
signed.
say it was 80?
80 million?
80
Actually, that's
million?
not even enough to buy one, to be honest with you.
No, because the mega yacht, it's $1 million a foot, so he could
Yeah,
only have an 80-foot
80
yacht,
foot. Yeah.
which is like not really big enough to bring into the harbor here.
It's actually kind of weird. F1 drivers, I was talking to a friend about this yesterday. F1 drivers actually make like, I'm not saying making a few $1 million isn't a lot of money. It's a very good salary and they're making plenty, but they actually just like don't really make that much compared to other like athletes.
Well,
In my opinion.
I think wasn't Hamilton like number 4, 3 or
Well,
4?
that's Lewis.
That's
I mean,
Lewis. Yeah,
right. That's like LeBron James compared to Lewis. Like, LeBron still makes more,
sure,
right? The
sure.
top at the top, and they're not surprised. Black and white flag from Mazepin.
Track limits, as Perez is now starting to push
They've
the
had
pace.
in Q3 they had 32 laps deleted due to the track limits on that one spot there at the end of the turn. So just something to keep an eye on. Typically, as we've seen, they only say something if you really are doing it to pass somebody, though. That's really when it only hurts you.
Sergio Perez now has put in 2 consecutive fastest laps and is really hunting Vettel here. He has less than a second of separation. This could be the first passing move
attack.
that we see of the afternoon.
Oh, he just locked up there.
Yep, he did. He did not
Or
go
he
around the
did
swimming
not-
pool well.
He may have, his back tires didn't actually sit down on the ground and were off in the air once he hit the curb there and wasn't able to actually get the power down.
Cost himself 0.2 on that one.
But this is definitely a move here by Red Bull of Horner saying you got to push, you got to get in front, we got to start moving up places because they're looking at this and they're trying to get points at this point.
DRS is active here for Perez as he comes around the start-finish straightaway here, but really can't make up any ground as Vettel is just off to the races here around Sector 1.
Also, the gained and lost position is skewed because everybody gained one because of Leclerc.
Yeah, everybody gained one. So
don't actually think everybody moved up one. I was confused for a second. I was like, oh, wait. Yeah, this is the slowest. That's right.
Although the one Ricciardo has lost ones. That's real.
Yeah,
So
that one's real. Yeah,
that one's
like I
real.
said, I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what's going on in the car. Makes
Woo!
absolutely no sense.
Verstappen coming around that one
Yeah,
quickly.
every time the camera pans to him, it just looks like he's driving the car so much harder than everybody else.
Well, right now he is, as he's opened a 1.7 second lead on Bottas. That was hovering between 1 to 1.5, and now he's closing in 2. He just put in the fastest lap, beating his teammate at 115.8. Still, though, as you said, they're not quite pushing the cars just yet. My guess
No.
would be you got to get to
I mean,
probably
this is
tire
still
change
probably
and
going to
then.
be a two-stop race for everybody. Or what? Well, actually, I take that back. This is really not that hard on the tires, which is why when they showed the graphic, I was slightly confused because they showed the graphic that was similar to the other races,
Yeah.
or it was like you only have 20 on the tires, but they don't go as fast here. So,
Yeah, but
and the
there's a lot
camber
more.
on the tires,
Does the
I don't know.
turning not?
No, it doesn't because you're not going as fast, so you're really not rubbing the tire. Like you're not rubbing it off.
Hmm.
That dude's just walking on the track. What
I
is
believe
that?
I think
Some
that
camera guy in the back was just straight up walking on the track.
yeah
I
that
mean, he was behind it, but it was Bottas's radio. Um, they want. They're basically asking how much faster can you go, Bottas?
yeah, how much faster? Well, right now he's still losing time. Another fastest lap by Verstappen. Bottas has 2.2. Every lap is getting faster and faster by about a tenth of a second here, as we have a 2 second gap between first and
Yeah, this
second.
is
Another
Ferrari's
2.3.
sitting down and being like, where can we need to get the data points to be able to understand what we can do for the rest of the race. So that's kind of their move and saying, Valtteri, we need you to push.
Hamilton still sitting in sixth, about 13.4 seconds behind the
I
leader.
I gotta give a shout out to Gasly in this situation here, qualifying fifth, being the AlphaTauri. I mean, he outqualified Hamilton.
Yeah,
Granted, there was the whole that it stopped, but like he put in a faster lap than Hamilton. I mean, respect to that and respect to the entire AlphaTauri team as well. I mean,
we did have
and then
folks in
you
Discord
look at
though.
Tsunoda all the way at the bottom, so it's like,
We
what's
did have
going
folks
on?
in Discord saying that they thought there was still Hamilton would find a way to win.
Find a way
Do
to win.
not
Yep.
discount that by the time this 78 laps is done, that Mercedes has pulled a rabbit out of the hat, taken some sort of gamble, and come up aces.
I would not be surprised.
Would not be
Which is exactly
surprised.
what they're probably trying to figure out with Bottas. Is there a way that we can maybe just two-stop Bottas and one-stop Hamilton and get him in the front, all that type of jazz to try to figure out. Also, that is definitely the spot. That hotel is definitely the spot to be at.
Oh,
My
with the
God.
one with the little
Yeah.
restaurant out there.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Get it. I wonder what the table price, what the reservations are
Did
on
it
the
look like
table
there was
out there.
actually people there?
Yeah. Yeah. There are
Oh,
people
okay.
there. That guy's got a great apartment right there too.
Yeah, that
Wow.
apartment's pretty good.
If anybody's got some in the chat, let me know. We'll stream it next time from Monaco.
It has a like a first in
Yeah.
person view from that corner. Yeah. I also have to say the tunnel is probably really
The tunnel
loud.
is so cool.
Really
Yeah,
loud.
I don't think anybody's ever. I don't. There is a. Yeah, there is a walkway on the other side of the tunnel. I think it's like cut off purposely, but there is a walkway there, and it must be so cool when they go through the tunnel and the sound and everything. It must be just so neat.
Yeah, I mean it is a very cool place to just go and walk around and experience.
Yeah, if you I or Verstappen's radio here, he's happy with the tires.
Oh, good.
That was way better language than he used qualifying yesterday.
Choice words after the incident. If there was told about the red flag incident. And CeeLo3280, thank you very much for the subscription
I
on
appreciate
YouTube. It says Sergio Perez puts in the fastest lap right after Bottas does. So Mercedes told Bottas to push it. He does for the fastest lap. And Red Bull tells Perez to push it to try to see, perhaps actually trying
Norris
to see.
just got track limits.
Oh, that's not good. The pit
Yeah,
window is open
don't do that
for the
again.
time being. So what? That's a Norris time penalty. Oh, he's got
No,
to
no.
take
If he
it
does
when.
it, no. If he does it again,
It's a
it's just a
warning.
warning.
It's a
It's
warning.
not. Yeah, the first ones are warnings. I'm
That's
pretty
right.
sure. So, and this is a picture of Lance. What happened? Did he clip something? Whoa!
That's
Talk
woo.
about the speed bump there. Oh my God, that does not look good.
He goes almost airborne. 3 out of the 4 tires off the ground.
Yeah, so in that situation there, he was carrying too much speed, right? So he wasn't actually able to make the turn to go
Right.
around. So he's just like, I mean, screw it. You got to go straight or he's going to crash. He's actually really lucky his tires were able to maintain grip when he came back down when they went airborne. If not, he was going to be straight into the wall. It's going to be Norris's radio as well. Okay.
They were basically
No
just
more
warning
mistakes.
him. Yeah.
I forget what turn. I wish they showed us where it was because I know there's one spot. It's coming in.
It didn't actually say it.
No,
There
it's
was a
turn.
number at the top, and it actually was just his position number. It was not like unfortunate. I was because I thought usually they would tell it at the turn. But Reed Griffin in chat, the thumbnail's incredible for the stream. Thank you. And of course the outfits. We have to be in like this is like the one race where we can actually like be in costume, I suppose. For
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. I thought about perhaps like a tie, but I was like, no, that's too formal. Like we can't do that.
Yeah, it's not. That's
That's
like not Monaco.
That's not Monaco. No, no, no. It really isn't. Because you gotta like, yeah. It's like rich. It's like billionaire casual. Is
Yeah,
the look,
it is. It's like
is the
Miami.
look we were going
Yeah,
for.
it's just it's Euro chick or whatever,
Euro chic, I think is
whatever they want to call it. Yeah,
Oh
California chick or California chic as well. Yeah, there's some weird labels for things. Here's some.
a Hamilton.
It's
rewind.
crazy how much these cars like flex and move. Is absolutely one of the most fascinating.
Oh, he almost comes up here on the barrier. Oh,
Wait,
actually,
no, that just
camera
that was a
angle,
weird camera angle. It looked like he was. I thought he was about to destroy the back of his tires.
Yeah, now Chet, it's Euro chic. But,
Euro chic.
Yeah, Euro. But sure, you could call it Euro chic if you'd like, I suppose. Your girlfriend will like. Where's the girlfriend to correct you on just fashion style?
Also, I gotta say one thing that must be awful as a race car driver is going through the tunnel and then coming out of it, and you have the sunshine directly in your eyes.
Well, yes, they
Like
do.
the
Talk, they
difference
do
must
talk
be
about
like
that.
the difference must be awful. I mean, I'm sure their visors have like sunglasses built into it or whatever, but still, it's like it's shocking.
Yeah, you go from dark right to light, and you know you have to bang a left here on the exit of the tunnel. Ricardo,
Oh
does he
my
touch?
God.
Does he touch millimeters?
No.
Millimeters.
That's what I'm talking about. Like all it takes is one person to push it a little too much, and that's how close they get.
Yeah, that is both like skill and a little bit of luck.
Bottas is saying his front left is starting to feel a little loose. And then I guess they're talking to Leclerc.
They're interviewing Charles.
Which,
it's a little
what
depressing.
Is he going to say?
A little
Yeah,
depressing,
it's kind of sad,
yeah.
honestly. What? It's not like he can fix it. Interview the engineers.
Yeah, well, I told you right before stream where they're like, "Oh, there's a potential like of the gearbox issue." I was like, you know what? Even if he did race, the gearbox isn't going to survive. Something's going to like the gearbox is going to blow up somewhere in the middle of the race. Like they should have just like replaced the damn thing. Like he hit the wall hard.
Yeah,
like he lost the entire front end.
Yeah, it wasn't.
The car.
It wasn't like an easy smash.
Yeah.
Like.
So, in any case, it is what it is, though.
He says the rear left of the car.
What, the Ferrari?
Yeah, he's still talking about it, that the back left of it basically was... Oh my God, stop asking about how disappointed he feels. He obviously is disappointed. Like, it's his home race. It's disappointing. Oh, and Signs there decided to go on the bricks, by the way. I've not seen anybody take that line before. That was
Yeah,
interesting, to
I
be honest
don't
with you.
know if that was the
I don't think that was
correct line.
intentional.
Although, look at this. He is making up ground on Bottas. So we were looking at Bottas trying to make up ground on Verstappen. That's not happening. He is currently
No.
3.8 to 4 seconds behind Verstappen. It is now within striking distance of Sainz, who's making up about 3/10 every lap, and now has a 1 second gap in the Ferrari between him and the Mercedes. And here's Sainz on the radio. What's he saying?
They didn't play it.
Oh, they didn't play it.
Yeah, I
All
was
right,
trying
we
to
got
listen
baited.
for it.
We
They
got
didn't.
baited.
Yeah, because Leclerc was talking, so I guess they got confused with the Ferraris. Classic. I
Perez,
just,
who
I honestly just, I feel so bad for Leclerc because it's really not his fault. It's the team's fault. Just
yeah,
the
well,
worst part about it.
when you're in the gambling capital of the world and you decide to take the roll
It's
the
just,
dice.
it's just so frustrating because for years and years, Ferrari just still can't make good decisions. But whatever.
look at how
Just true.
Sainz had to go around Mazepin there.
Yeah.
Basically, like to let him go.
He just got laughed at this point.
Yeah, he did get lapped. I was wondering at some point because this track is so short, like you're going to run into traffic as the leaders, which adds its own sort of element, you know.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, that's now I realize why it looks like they're on the track is because that's like an opening.
Yeah. I was gonna say when you come around that, you actually have to go like wide and then left and into the right hander because that's at the end exit of the tunnel. So where that cameraman was walking, you can't actually turn the car
Yeah,
into
you
that
can't
area.
actually get there. Yeah.
Yeah. Perez is still putting in fastest
Yeah,
laps.
they're still putting in.
I'm curious if they're trying to push the car there in second to see how fast they're kind of to pace where they think Verstappen might be.
But the Gasly Hamilton, that gap hasn't changed. The Gasly Hamilton one either.
1.6 right now between those two.
Yeah, it stayed pretty stagnant. I guess they just still don't want them to push as hard because the Verstappen one is just increasing.
Yeah,
I mean, to be
Bottas
completely
looking
honest with you, this is
losing a lot of
Verstappen's
pace.
race to lose.
At the moment, it looks that way. Although, this is where the Mercedes strategy is going to have to come into play. Because what they were talking about earlier is that you could pit Bottas early, and you can actually, whenever Verstappen pits,
You cover him.
Yeah, you could try to line it up with Hamilton.
Yeah.
Who pits later, and actually set yourself up for Mercedes to put Bottas in a position to win the race. So we have to keep an eye on if they play any tricks.
Oh,
like
I see
that.
what you mean. Yeah.
Because essentially you could have Verstappen come out of the pit lane, and if you line it up correctly, you could have
There's
Hamilton
Verstappen
come out
radio.
right in front of him, and so it's kind of like now Verstappen would have to sit behind Hamilton, who still has to pit, but you essentially allow Bottas to catch back up after the pit stop. 30 laps on these tires. Make sure, folks, again, jump into the Discord and watch the race live if you'd like, with our little private watch party going on down there. Bottas once again complaining about his
saying,
left tire.
he does. He knows that the tire is pretty much going, which actually makes sense. I mean, he knows that the tire is probably shot. So he is. The gap is opening, I guess. And whoa, the Haas did not.
That's that left that you that left and that right that you have to make, and the Haas did not
the
make
Haas decided to not make the turn.
So that is that has to be track limits too, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's sometimes I'm assuming it's like okay if you literally I would crash.
Yeah. So Paolo calling out in chat, he says pit stop's probably in about 21 seconds, and they're saying they'd come out about behind Perez. So right now the gap, and why we would say that is because Perez is about exactly 21 seconds behind Verstappen. And yes, the average pit stop has been between 20 and 22 seconds. The gap between 8th and 9th, Giovinazzi in 9th, is an extra 13. So there is a bit of a gap there. So 34 seconds is the gap between 1st and 9th. So the pit stop sort of window is really that 1 through 8 on the grid at the moment.
It's got to start.
Good call.
I'm just curious who pulls the trigger first.
Who pulls the trigger
Because
first?
27
Probably
lasts,
Mercedes.
it should be coming soon. And the next, as Paulo did say, it should be coming in the next 5 to 10 laps.
Well,
So
no, he's
people are
saying,
going to start pitting.
yeah, he's saying the pit stop is like 21 seconds. It's 130, it's 174 miles an hour through the tunnel. There on science is what he gets gunned at. That's pretty good. Actually, when you walk that tunnel, you kind of be like, yeah, you could probably put like 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's enough supercars throughout the week that go 100 in there.
I
There's
mean, didn't you
Carlos's
like
radio.
you could just like count them as they go by? Wasn't that the thing?
Oh yeah, he's just complaining about the actual
Traffic.
traffic to get out of the way. But I mean, like he's kind of said, you can't really like get out of the. There's really not that much space to get out of the way.
Yeah, you can really go too wide at most. I see. So this hotel here, that little
Yeah,
balcony
that
there,
hotel. Yeah,
that's
exactly.
that is quite a nice
And
spot.
then it overlooks down on top of it too, so
Yeah.
it's mad nice. It's got a great side.
Lap 28 out of 78 at the moment. Hamilton's still in sixth. We've actually had no changes in position except for Ricardo, who dropped one.
Who dropped one spot? Everybody else has been where they kind of where they've started, and then we've also basically gotten. Yeah, here's Hamilton making up pace on Gasly, but he's not going to be able to get past him though. It's never going to actually happen.
Yeah, he has made up about 1 second of time in the last 2 laps, so he is hunting here. Maybe trying to make something happen before a pit stop, trying to use up maybe last bit of tire here and really be aggressive.
Oh, wow.
Oh, a little wiggle
right there.
Little wiggle.
Yeah, that's definitely the tires giving out. My God.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Hamilton has crashed at least once already this season and still basically won the race.
Yeah, that is actually true.
Yeah. Yeah, 173 at the exit of the tunnel. See, that's that
I think
where they can't actually.
Yeah, so this is kind of the moment. It's who's going to pull the trigger first to initiate.
Look,
yeah,
look,
that
look,
yacht.
look at that.
That one was
that
massive.
top one on the right.
Yeah,
that is massive.
That
it's
one
like
is
they get
sweet.
progressively bigger, and then there's like this giant one, and you're like, oh.
That one was awesome.
Oh yeah,
I'm a big fan of that one.
I'm a big fan too. That's a good one. Maybe
How
we
do
should
I
try
get
to
on
call
that?
the race from the yacht next time.
Yeah. In the background.
Yeah. We'll just we'll have a nice ocean here in the background. All right.
And then here it is. It's Hamilton going in first. So this is what they're going to do. They're going to keep Bottas out longer. They're going to basically put in Hamilton now, and then he's going to go the full race.
2.2 seconds. He's onto the hards. This is a pretty good look.
My
Look
God,
at the people
dude,
up there.
That is the slowest pit lane ever. Oh.
And Hamilton is
out
of the pit exit. He ends up.
So he only loses 2 spots because of that. So it's kind of no risk, no reward type thing. He'll make those up when they actually have to pit themselves. He's going on the hards. There is a possibility he can one stop it the whole way. But
he'll have to
I
go.
still think that's kind of
laps.
crazy. Yeah, I think that's kind of crazy. I think that's too much.
So they did 30 on the soft plus the 4 in qualifying. So they did 34 on the soft. All right.
Oh, they've never touched the hards.
Yeah, they'd have to go 48. So you have to go about another 30 or so percent there.
And then Bottas is coming in here. So the Mercedeses are the ones that are going to be pulling trigger first. This is not a good pit stop. There is an awful damage on the front right. The front right is still not on.
Cannot come off. And we are griefing the Mercedes again in the pit. This is, not good.
There goes the race for Mercedes.
And they can't get the front right off. Looks like the gun is not working. They're trying to replace the gun. Nope, they still can't get it. And Bottas is stuck in the pit lane. A disaster for Mercedes as they cannot replace the front right tire. It just won't come
Oh
off.
my God.
They've
Oh my God.
stripped
They
it.
literally
They
just
stripped it.
absolutely stripped the whole thing,
They
and they're not going
stripped.
to be able to get the tire off.
They
There goes the
stripped it.
entire race for both us. Dude, he gets screwed by his pit. And yeah, Gasly actually ended up in front of him, which is not what Mercedes want. This actually sort of turns into an absolute disaster for Mercedes, and that's the race for Bottas.
Yeah, it is over. They actually can't get the tire off at all.
Yep, that's it.
That's it. Bottas is out of the race, and Mercedes has lost one of its two cars.
I
Wow, wild.
I have no
Wild.
words, man. I'd
Wow.
be fuming.
Starting in second position.
Literally starting in second, and yeah. And then on top of that, the Hamilton move doesn't even work out. So like, oh my God, they're going. Here's going to be the first pass. Vettel and Gasly are going. Wait, what the?
Wow.
Wait, why did you go to replay?
I don't know why they went to replay.
I don't care about this. What? Okay, Vettel's ahead of Gasly. Cool. Totally missed that.
Wow. Vettel and the Aston Martin coming up. So far, Verstappen has yet to pit, but he is putting in the fastest lap. It is Verstappen and Perez, 1 and 2. Sainz is in the pit lane. Norris has yet to pit, and Vettel is 40 seconds behind the leader, Verstappen. So in 22-second pit stop, at this point, the two Red Bulls should come out in front of the Ferrari.
They should be in front.
And it is perhaps a 1-2 for
Verstappen
Red Bull
radio
is
here.
what they're looking at.
He says he's actually okay. He just says once you start losing too much time, you can take me in. But
Yeah,
he's actually doing okay on the tires, which is really good. I mean, I just want to put this in the grand context of things. For the entire sport of Formula One and the Drivers' Championship, this is the greatest thing that could possibly ever happen. So, and to keep the entire season even more interesting, because now Mercedes is looking at this and they just lost out on all the Bottas points, and Hamilton doesn't, their move for Hamilton didn't work out. It doesn't seem like they're going to be able to get him up in even the top 5. So this is going to be fascinating. It kind of resets the entire season.
it is 141 points for Mercedes to 112 for Red Bull at the moment. Verstappen looking to pick up 20 points with a potential win should he hold on. There's still plenty to happen here. Wow.
And now Hamilton is mad at his pit team that it didn't work out. I still don't fully understand why.
We sort of got a little lost there with the drama for Bottas while Mercedes.
I still never really understood. Yeah, the Perez is going to have to pit soon, Paulo. You're right on that. And also Reed. Yeah, Bottas hands down has the worst luck out of everybody.
I mean, it's a meme. Like,
yeah, and it's honestly never really his fault. Like,
it isn't. It's just he gets griefed by his pit crew. It's happened. This is the third race.
Yeah, because they always give Hamilton the better pit stop as well. Yeah.
Right outside of Bahrain and Portugal, in Imola, it was the same thing. And then what, in Spain again? Or rather, it was in Portugal he was griefed, and in Spain he was okay.
And now Max has come into the pit.
Here's the Verstappen stop. Let's see. In and out.
That was good.
Very good stop here for Red Bull onto the hards. They actually didn't even clock it.
There's the
2
time.
seconds.
2 seconds. That's one of the quickest ones we've seen. I think we've seen a 1.7 this season.
Oh.
or a 1.8 before, and then Perez is going to end up right there, and then Verstappen is going to be able to be in front, and then they're going to be able to actually have they're going to be able to pit Perez, and then he's going to be in third.
That looks. Mm, yeah, because Norris hasn't pitted yet, so that is correct. Oh no, he has. He has pitted. Actually, I'm not sure if Perez is going to come out in front of Norris. That's the one
No,
we would
I
have to
don't
look.
think he's going to come out. He will come out in front of Hamilton, though.
He will come out in front of Vettel, perhaps. It's going to be close. It was 21 and a half seconds, the gap between first and Vettel. Perez currently in the pit. We'll see where he comes out. If it's fourth or fifth.
Sainz should end up second, but other than that, it'll be Verstappen, Sainz, Norris, Vettel. It'll reset that way, and it'll just move up. I don't.
Perez on his way out of the pit lane at the moment.
Oh, this. Wait. Oh, this was the Vettel thing. Wait, God, come on. They clearly, I don't think, want to show that to us.
Yeah,
and this
I
is the
still
Perez
don't quite
pit.
Understand. Perez a quick pit here.
That was quick. Well, it was 2.8, but it
yeah.
felt quicker.
Yeah, it did not feel like. I feel like they got the clock wrong on the Verstappen.
Yeah, I don't think. All right. He's gonna be way ahead. He's hanging. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's
this
good
is
here.
this is worked out incredibly well for Red Bull. Incredibly well.
Perez puts himself into fourth here, and the strategy so far working out. Verstappen in the lead, 6.4 second gap to the Ferrari in second. And
Norris hasn't pitted, right?
Yo, he has. He has.
Oh,
I have
he
one
has.
pit here for Norris onto hard.
Wait, wow, he's actually moved himself up. Oh, wait, no, he hasn't. It's just because Bottas isn't there anymore.
Right, so he's effectively moved up two spots.
That's why I was confused. I was like, wait, how's he doing so much better? And it's like, oh, wait, Bottas isn't there anymore.
Yeah, he P5'd. So he started in fifth. And we've lost two cars. So that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it wasn't a crash, but somebody did end up getting out of the race.
I guess we did call we called that there was going to be an accident. This technically, I guess, was not an accident.
It was not an accident. It's just a spree of bad luck, which is really unfortunate.
That is hands down.
That is awful.
He was in such a good position too. He was gonna slot it. He would still be behind Verstappen.
Yeah, he would have been.
Yeah, that's. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Poor guy, dude.
I like colors cheering for Lando right now. Lando's is racing a fantastic race.
Yeah, he's been doing really well.
In up to third, qualified in fifth. Thought he probably could have done a little bit better, but now up to third with some fortuitous luck.
This is a hard track for the. This is a Ricardo pit here. This is a hard track for the McLarens. Here's Hamilton radio.
What?
He's pissed that they messed up.
Oh, yeah.
And it didn't work out.
It did not. I mean, you like some hands you lose them, and some hands you win them. Last week it came up for Mercedes with that strategy.
Yeah,
and
I'll be honest with you. Like I don't really know what they could have I don't know what they really superly could have done, like differently.
Well, I mean, they were trying to get Hamilton to come out
in front of them.
Yeah, in front of them right there, and it. Yeah, Hamilton goes around and he's like, "Where's Bottas?" And we're like, "Well, Bottas we couldn't fix the right tire, so whoops." I'm glad to know though that I'm not the only one that ends up stripping screws.
Yeah, I'm glad to know this happens in Formula One as well.
Because I'm like, I was repairing something the other day and like going at it, and I was like, wow, I think I just really stripped that screw. This is not good. And
then we get the yachts.
Ooh, we get the yachts coming up.
Yeah,
yes,
we almost got the big one back there.
It's like right where the grandstand is. There's a grandstand right behind that yacht. Hmm. Yeah, fantastic.
I have to say, this like lime green thing on the Ferrari is so ugly.
What lime green?
Look,
Where?
on the right behind where the driver is, where the intake is,
Oh.
they have like a spot. It's like a sponsor thing. It looks so ugly.
Hmm.
It just lime green on red just doesn't look good.
Well, who's sponsoring?
I don't know.
Oh well. Oh, I see. It's at the top of the
Yeah,
intake there.
it's
Yeah,
like
we'd have
on the
to get a
whole
better
side of
look.
it. It's just ugly.
All right, so drama in the pits. The pits caused us a little bit of
Hey, look, the
drama.
tire's still there.
The tire's still there. I guess you'd have to like take off the entire front arm. Like you literally you have to take like the support bars off, and like that's how you're gonna get rid of that tire.
I wish they could have just. I wish they could have slow mode that a little more.
Yeah,
I
that
guess
was
we have to watch a race.
yeah, that was not good. All right.
The camera people, I think, are a little tipsy today in Monaco. We've missed the Vettel Gasly, the only overtake we've had.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Oscar's into the pit.
RJ Barrett dropping 35 tonight. Yeah, I wish.
Is this game one for your Knicks or game 2?
Mm-hmm.
Game one.
Game one
Game one. Yeah, yeah.
against the Hawks.
There were some pretty
I
good
hope we
ones
win.
last night, though. The Spurs.
Yeah, the Clippers are in trouble.
Yeah. What didn't Grayson Allen put in?
Yeah, Grayson played really well in the Grizz one.
Yeah.
The Grizzly played today though, but in the playing game, Grayson was dropping buckets. It was actually pretty cool to
I'm
see.
not surprised, to be honest. That's the kind of game he shows up.
But yeah, in a playing game like that, of course.
A little disappointed in the Celtics, to be honest. They were close. They were right until the fourth, and then it kind of got.
They just don't have it. It's like a scraps. Oh, this is a nice one.
Yeah,
That's
this is gonna be
hole.
the good shot.
There
we go. There's the mega yacht. Yep.
All right. The Signs is still complaining about the cars.
Although Sainz managed to pick up 1.4 seconds.
Yeah,
that is significant.
Sainz is he's locked in.
The gap was about 6 seconds when they finished the round of pit stops.
This is way.
It is now down to 4.
3.6 is way lower than it was before.
Yeah, that's what I was just doing the math on you here. It was about 6 seconds when they exited the pits. We're down to about between 3.5 to 4, depending on where you are on the track at the moment. Although, my guess is that Verstappen isn't really pushing it yet. I mean, his lap times are 115.8, so what we haven't yet seen is a new fastest lap on this fresh set of tires.
Yeah, no, well, that makes sense, though, because they're on the hards, right? So they're going to be going slower. But yeah, that's pretty interesting that he's actually. This is the tricky, the tricky Ferrari that like weirdly is only fast at Monaco and nowhere else.
Well, I mean, not a terrible race to be
Race
fast
control.
at.
What do we have? Black and white flag car for Schumacher, and a car just went.
That would be the track limits. Yes.
Okay, there he is.
Yeah, that would be.
But it kind of makes sense. Like, there's no space on the track. Wow, he is flying.
That was Hamilton.
Yeah.
Hamilton is trying to hunt Gasly right now. I think he's kind of pissed, and he's had it. It's actually an interesting little one too.
Yeah, this is I love. This is great. I mean, if you ever follow like the series of the Formula One thing on Netflix, Gasly was with Red Bull and he didn't do well, but then they basically demoted him, and then he had a really good last season off Atari. So it's just kind of like I think he was just too young when he was at Red Bull, to be completely honest with you, and he needed more time to mature, and it's starting to show out. So I'm always I got a soft spot for Gasly in my heart. I think he's a good guy, and I just think he was honestly too young, and he was not ready for the Red Bull spotlight. and
Hamilton
now he's actually proving it. So
might have a DRS opportunity if he comes around. He's at about 1 to 1.5 seconds behind and is making up ground here about 0.3 per lap. Let's see, coming around the swimming pool. Oh wait, no, that's not there. That was early. Coming around the marina. There's the swimming pool. Actually, Gasly doing a pretty good defense. He's actually opened up.
he opened the space back out.
Yep.
That's the thing with this track. Is that Sarita?
Yeah,
That
that's
is.
Serena
Okay,
Williams.
I was
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
That no wonder she lost in that Italy tournament, so she could come and watch this.
She could come and watch. Maybe one of the yachts is hers. Who knows?
I'm not surprised.
Could
she also
be.
is married to the
Reddit
guy, right?
Yeah.
So they definitely can own one. 100%. Yeah, they're good. They're chilling. They can have 3.
Yeah.
So what I was saying, this track is so unforgiving in the sense of like, if you mess up on the smallest turn and you don't carry that speed, you're literally like 5 to 10 miles an hour off of everybody else for the whole lap, because the track is actually so slow or so small. And it's like you actually can't like sit there and hit the gas. You have to carry the speed throughout all the corners, and it's kind of like an average throughout. If you decrease at any of the corners, you lose like at least a second off your entire lap time, which is why we're seeing them get so close. And then there's like kind of a slight mistake, and then you kind of drop back like 1.5 seconds, and then you got to close the gap again. It's similar to other tracks. We see that at other tracks, obviously, but it's way more like apparent and unforgiving here at Monaco.
Yeah. We got chat saying that Hamilton's going to really try to overtake Gasly here. He's got to be careful. If you really try to kind of send it here, you got to be very careful, because right now, if the race were to end as it stands today, Hamilton would be giving up 19 points to Verstappen, which would put.
And to be honest with you, Mercedes knew this was going to be a damage control weekend.
Yeah.
And it has.
It would basically put Verstappen at 100 there. You have the Drivers' Championship on the right.
Yeah, he goes in first.
He goes into first by about 5 points. So you don't really want to lose positions here if you're Mercedes.
Yeah, damage control has not gone well.
Yeah, it's not gone well. It's gone in the opposite
because they're faster
sense.
at pretty much every other track other than this.
We have a pit here by
the DRS portion of the track is actually
the start finish.
It's at the start finish. Yeah, we'll point it out. We'll point it out when we can in a second here when it pops up. They should. Who are we following?
We were following Verstappen in the tunnel at the moment.
All right, we're following Norris, and he's got to get out of the way.
Yeah, Norris is being
actually
held
no.
up
That's
in
Kimi.
traffic.
That's Kimi. He's actually going fast enough. Never mind. Or no, he's not.
No, he's not. Norris is ahead.
Oh wait, that's Ricardo.
Oh,
makes sense.
Whoops.
They're actually racing.
Yeah, you're right. These two are actually racing.
These two are actually racing. Yeah. It's crazy how much they turn. So this is like right here is DRS.
Yes, this is
right there is where they're able to. Right
That's
where they come out of that.
Line
this is DRS
there, and this is the zone. Ooh, millimeters again.
It's crazy. So one of the things, these are like manual steering wheels in the sense of like you actually physically are turning the drive shaft. So it's not like when we drive where like you turn it and it's like electronically like actually moving the drive or like actually moving the tires, but it's like a certain percentage. Like, no, this is like them actually moving it. Like it's not electrical, which is why you see them go so far over. And when they're turning the steering wheel on some of the laps, it's actually pretty cool. You'll see them and they'll actually like underhand the steering wheel because they have to like fully turn it over that much.
Wow.
That's why it's also really hard to drive these cars when they're going slow because you're like literally dragging the tire.
Well, Ricardo almost 4 seconds faster than Reagan in that last lap. Within striking distance is about a 1 second interval. He's actually trying to retake his position here. He is now in 12th, which is where he started. So at least he hasn't moved back any. And you're right, these two are racing for it. Perez putting in the fastest lap at the moment. It's about 115.59, but Verstappen has a 115.5.
He's an Alpine. We talked to the Alpine pit dude, or the pit manager, but other than that, we really haven't been. It's been kind of quiet on the Alpine front of things.
Yeah, you see the
Yeah, 33 seconds between the gap. That was 22 before the pit, so been an increase of 10. He's Verstappen's opened the gap by 10 seconds more on
yeah, I
Hamilton.
mean he's
But
basically
ultimately, it doesn't
clear
really
right now.
matter. And this is interesting. Okay, so everybody's actually moved up 2 places automatically. So Vettel's actually moved up 1 in reality. Perez has moved up 3. So Perez has been the biggest move here, um, which is Paolo called out as was the right move for Red Bull. Is Dilbar there? I'm not sure if Dilbar is there.
Wait, who's that?
Dilbar is the yacht that I saw in Barcelona. It's owned by a Russian
Oh.
oligarch. It's the biggest yacht in the world, or I think at the time it was the biggest yacht in the world. It's like
Ah.
360 meters or something like that.
I don't know if that would fit in the actual
Yeah, I don't think it
harbor.
actually fits in the harbor.
Unless it was the one that was outside.
It could actually.
There was like a 3 or 4 story mega yacht that was just hanging out outside the actual
There's a
marina.
few that are out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right up there. Just get a table for steaks. My God. Be the most expensive steak of your life.
This would be rather romantic. Imagine talking to your date and you're just like,
No, it'd be fantastic. You don't have to talk to your date.
Oh, that's true. Maybe you don't like your date.
Oh, sorry, honey. I couldn't hear you over the car.
Couldn't hear what you were saying.
Sorry, did you need my attention? My bad. I
Oh, man. Yes, could be.
I still have to say, this is like the coolest thing ever that a city does this. Like a city and like all its citizens are like, we're going to put on a Formula One race for the world.
Yeah, well.
Like, it's just so cool. It's so neat. And I'm also pretty pumped that Miami's doing the same thing. So, but granted, it's not like in the streets of Brickell Key. It's near Hard Rock, but
okay,
different story. But it'll still be fun. It'll have all the Miami flash. I cannot wait to go.
Perez putting in 114.98, and actually Verstappen is going to beat that here shortly with 114.85.
Yeah, they're upping the times.
They are, as they're finally heated up these hard tires. They are starting to go for it. Remember, it was 110s.
I don't think Hamilton's going to pass him.
Well, no, Hamilton made the charge. Gasly held him off, but Hamilton's still a little faster. But the gap is 2 seconds, and it was less than 1. So.
Yeah,
I like this shot here where you can see the tire on the right, like all the rubber.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's also weird too because we talk about this a lot, but the camber and the tires are all really goofy here.
It actually doesn't look like there's a lot.
Yeah, right. Because on other tracks, they're like full on.
Yeah,
like,
the front ones are usually folded in, but like. These look actually rather.
They look more normal than usual.
Rather normal, yeah.
Wait, Lance Stroll never.
Stroll never pitted. He started on hards. He's still on hards. It's gone about 50 laps plus any qualifying on those, and Sonoda also has not pitted, and he's on hards as well. "28 laps to go." Actually, this has gone by rather quick.
Yeah, I honestly did. I looked up at the laps and I was like, wait, it's 28. And I was caught me off guard.
Yeah.
And then here, as we were talking about DRS, once they go through this turn, and then right here, they can pop the DRS right now. This is the DRS. This is the one DRS zone for the entire track.
Yes, it is. And there you go. Whoa, look at him come up so
Oh
quickly there
my.
on the reverse. That was a cool camera shot.
Yeah, this is a cool. This is a really neat camera angle. The behind one. Like this is what I'm talking about. Like so much of the car flexes and moves. It's crazy to me. I wonder if they're. I'm assuming most of it's carbon fiber,
Yeah.
right?
It absolutely is. The way that this stuff breaks,
100%.
it looks like it.
Yeah, it's got it because it when it fails, it snaps.
Yeah, it's also that's why they have to like if you damage the front, you replace the entire front. It's like really
You
it's
replace the entire.
basically.
Yeah.
Except for apparently the nuts that hold the tires onto the cars. So those. Yeah.
Oh
Whole
yeah,
cars,
Reed says whole car is
yeah.
basically carbon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it has
makes
to be.
sense.
Yeah.
My God, Joe Benazzi scared me right there for a second. I didn't think he turned the tire and he was going to go straight to the wall.
Well, I was about to say.
I like actually like hesitated. I was like, oh my God, I thought he almost.
Wow, that exit of that corner is wild. It's been a pretty clean race so far. Nobody's hit really anything.
Yeah, nobody's actually clipped the wall yet, which I said was very likely to happen. But well, actually, that's not true. Stroll did clip it, but he didn't crash.
The only reason two people are out of the race at the moment are because
their
of
teams.
Yeah, they've had team issues. Leclerc with the gearbox after hitting the drive shaft.
I guess Leclerc's also his fault as well.
Yeah, but having it qualifying.
Because yeah, he shouldn't have crashed. So also that's embarrassing.
Ricardo just got lapped by his teammate Norris.
That's really embarrassing.
I'm pretty sure that's what that was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feels bad.
Dude, that's
Sag.
it's like that. It's like the most F's in chat, like everything you can have. That is awful. I'm trying to think. I wonder. I mean, I don't have the database, so I can't do this. But I wish like we could send this to ESPN. When was the last time someone got lapped by their own teammate? I don't think we've seen that this year.
Yeah, that one's well, that one's very hard to do because
the cars have to be that drastically different.
And usually the top teams, the ones that like the top teams are usually like together.
Yeah, which is
because usually they're either like all at the top or all at the bottom, like the Williams and the Haas's right now. So in any case, 53 out of 78, 25 laps to go. Oh, Hamilton lapped Bottas at Portimao. There you go. Last year.
He did?
Apparently. So there.
I definitely didn't watch that race last year though, so I can't really comment. But I'm still surprised by that. That's so crazy. Here's a Gasly replay of.
Good driving.
Yeah, nice drive.
Good lines here, actually, pretty good.
Oh, he did hit it. He totally did touch it.
He
totally did touch it. Okay, but the right is okay. Yeah, the entire. Did you see all the pit crew just being like, "Oh my God"?
He did. Gasly actually does put a tire on the barrier. I guess he's just going fast enough that it didn't matter. That is almost exactly what happened to Leclerc.
Yeah, that's exactly. It's on that same corner. Yeah,
it's the same corner in the same front right. Except Leclerc managed to break the whole like tire support and
because you end up going into the wall right there.
Yeah.
Oh well, when Leclerc hit it, he like hit it with the front wing. He didn't even clip it.
Oh, that's true. That's
like
true.
he like
Yeah.
It wasn't even like a clip because like you said, he like actually broke the tire. 2 years ago. Oh yeah, there was no Monaco last year.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Vettel here in the Aston still in position 5. Is he waving to Ricardo as he drives by?
Yeah, that was very awkward.
Thanks for letting me pass you. You can see all the rubber there building up on either side of the driving line that they're taking. I guess it gets a little easier as the race goes by to know where you should drive. It's like not where the rubber is. Stroll, the biggest gainer. Actually, Stroll and Perez, the biggest gainers, both increasing 5 positions here. As Verstappen still has about a 3-second lead on Sainz. So we went from 6 to 3. Sainz made up some pretty decent time, and that is actually where it has stalled out at the moment. We got to wonder if Verstappen is still has more left. But Sainz just put in the fastest sector one time. We're down, Fran, in the 114s as far as
Yeah,
laps.
we're
Off the
still not
pace.
there yet
Still
to
off the
the super
qualifying
fast
pace.
laps yet. Yeah, I actually don't think I think we'll get there, but I'm not sure if we'll actually ever. He just told them to put his head down. So sorry.
22 laps to go. Yeah, and here is the driver's leading. This is the math we were doing before, where he said Verstappen would be put into first with 105, and Hamilton would go +6, so he would only be at 100. Drivers' Championship there on the right of your screen. 25 points to first place, and 6 points to 7th place. And here we're on board with Verstappen as he comes into the tunnel and increasing to about 160, which should be about 170 miles an hour. No, he only makes 167. Actually, not the fastest we've seen, oddly enough. There's that swimming pool one. And he's back
Sorry
going.
for the people in Discord, real quick. I need to just.
What'd you do?
We're good. No, I just had to. I had to. I had to get. I actually think I found a place where we can now. Someone sent me the link to it where we can show the map on the stream.
Oh, all right.
I think I found something. I'm just trying to see if it's actually like legit.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Like the Mario Kart map.
Yeah, I'm trying to see.
Fun. Hamilton still hunting Gasly here. 0.4 seconds. 0.445 was that last lap, and the gap is about less than a second. He would have DRS if he makes it with this gap to Sector 1, that start-finish DRS zone. Oh, loses the rear there and is not going to get it.
Oh, okay, I got it. Wow, cool. It's in Russian, but it works. Cool. For the future, I did find it. Awesome.
Oh, well, there you go.
Sorry, I had to check if it worked. I want to see if it was true or not.
We'll have to look and see if we get that one going for next week.
Yeah, we'll do that definitely for the next time. But that's good.
Well, not next week actually. Azerbaijan is in 2 weeks. So.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not next week.
Yeah, that's June 6th. Norris is saying that the car
the car is taking a turn for the worse.
Is not doing very well. Yeah, it's not. It's starting to go downhill very quickly, actually.
Yep. However, he is still hanging. He is still hanging into third right now. The gap between him and Perez is 5.5 seconds. The gap between him and Sainz, 2 and 3, is about 12.5. Let's see. This is Lewis coming around. No, he's not going around that turn
He's
as
not.
close as the other
Yeah.
ones.
He's giving it more space than.
Yeah, at least on that particular lap.
I mean, is this the moment? They're kind of talking about it here, but is this the moment where you're just kind of like, just get whatever points we can? Let's try to go for a fast lap, and then like that's it.
Well, I mean, you've
I
got
don't know.
18, 19 laps to go, so it doesn't look like they're going to
Here's
try for
Perez
another pit
radio.
stop.
Interesting. I didn't actually think fuel would actually be a problem, but fuel, they're sending messages to Perez to watch his fuel.
Why him and not Verstappen?
I don't know.
Huh.
I don't know if it's because he may need extra. I think it was make sure you have enough in the tank left to push at the end to try to pass, I think. And then Stroll, this is the first pit here. It'll be interesting if they could actually do it quick enough and he get it in front of Ocon. It's going to be close. The gap is like 22 seconds, and that's on average how much a pit takes. Let's see. No. Okay. They don't want to show us.
No, the 23.4. So Stroll comes out. He comes out 4.5 seconds in front. Yeah.
In front.
Oh, they're saying they banked on a safety car. Oh dear.
Who did?
Boy, if that was the strategy, then that might be something.
Wait, who did? Sorry, I lost track. I lost the chat.
They're saying that perhaps Red Bull was banking on a safety car to make it on fuel.
For them to make it on fuel?
Do you not have to start with a full tank?
No, you can start. You can. There's certain amounts that you have to start with that you're allowed to, but typically you should start.
Oh boy, well, if Paris was banking on a safety car, things might get really interesting here in the next 8 laps when we get to the last 10.
Norris again.
Norris again.
Okay. Lots of drivers starting to make mistakes. I mean, I don't know if it's mistakes, but if you look at the time, either Verstappen's pushing like mad or Sainz is falling behind.
Sainz is kind of falling behind right now. The gap extending to 5 seconds. They got it down to as little as 3, but now looking at around 5. So Verstappen's race to lose at the moment. 17 laps to go.
There's no reason he really should lose the race.
There was only a minimum weight for the car. Okay, so you can like, wow, that's really cool. Actually, you can play with the play with how much fuel you have. Wow, depends on how much of a gamble you want to take.
Yeah, that's ultimately at the end of the day.
Remember, every gallon is about 7 pounds.
7 pounds, yeah.
7 pounds. At least a gallon of
not
water
that,
is
not,
7
not
pounds.
that they're counting in gallons.
No. But a gallon of water, for reference, is 7 pounds. So, like, you know, a gallon of fuel. Probably.
Also, I gotta say,
dense,
these sunglasses are fantastic. I hope we have a Monaco race every weekend because DC opened and finally went out for drinks. My God, I forgot how much my body. I'm getting old.
Well, there you go.
This is great. These sunglasses are fantastic. I think I may wear these all the time.
Yeah, so you normally have to put gas to finish. So you can actually gas up when you're in the pit.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Yep. But they have changed the speed I think that's just during qualifying. But they have changed the speed in which you can fuel the car. So like the amount of fuel that spews out is actually pretty slow. I know that's for qualifying. It may be different in the actual race itself. I think in the actual race, it's not limited. But in qualifying, I know the speed of the actual gas going into the car is limited.
So everybody outside the top 8 is a lap down.
A lap down.
At least at the moment. So a bit of traffic to have to navigate to here. I'm still curious to see if we're going to see times that were similar to qualifying.
I don't think we will just because of the hards.
Yeah, and it isn't particularly needed. Although I suppose if somebody dropped
But
to
to be honest
110,
with
that
you,
would be.
I, I'm not gonna say I'm banking necessarily on a like they were saying banking on a safety car thing, but like dude, someone's gonna crash. Someone's gonna mess up. I feel like it's so easy to mess up on this track.
Yeah, and right now we have the battle for third and fourth. We saw that
Oh my god,
Norris
they're
was
partying
complaining
on that.
about his
Wow,
car. The AI is estimating that it's a 3 lap for the
three
striking
laps.
distance. That would take us to around lap 66. Let's see what Norris comes up with here, as Perez is now hunting, and he has put in the fastest lap and currently owns that extra point at the moment. Although it would be interesting to see if Red Bull decides to give that fastest lap to Verstappen.
I does the point. Someone is under investigation. Lance Stroll. This is probably for track limits.
Failing to keep
Oh,
to the right of the lane at pit exit. Oh, there you go.
I don't really know
Perez
what that
making up
means.
significant ground on every lap there on the McLaren, actually. But yeah, the extra point would be, remember, Verstappen tried to get an extra point. What was it in Imola, and they ended up striking that.
There, oh yeah, that makes sense. They eliminated the quality mode in the engine, so you can use the same mode to qualify then to race. Yep. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you for that.
Wow, that transition between light and dark
Yeah,
was
that's what I'm saying.
nuts.
It's like it's crazy.
You don't see anything.
No, you don't see a thing the second you come out there. It's like you're literally driving blind for like a millisecond.
15 laps to go, and you see the tire age difference there. Perez's tire is about 5 laps.
You can see the mark starting to pop up on Verstappen's front right, starting to
That
get like a
was
little.
we were on board with Perez
Or
though.
that was
That
Perez's.
was
My
Perez,
bad
yeah.
then.
The gap
Ricardo.
continuing to close. They're I think that's copium and trying to say how do we save Ricardo, and right now it's just like not. It's not gonna happen, buddy. You're a lap down. It doesn't matter.
Poor guy. That one we should have just talked right over.
Yeah, that one's
It's
not.
like not even worth listening to. Poor guy. It just makes me feel bad more than so that's what I was talking about. You see how Perez is literally turning the steering wheel upside down,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or in not on this lap, or not on that turn, but on
It's
one of the
over
turns,
90
it's like
degrees.
literally over. Yeah, he is like turning it that much. It's crazy, just to like move the tire. It's be exhausting to drive one of these cars.
1.3 seconds, 1.35, the gap between third and fourth at the moment is Red Bull trying to
Let's see
position
who gets
themselves.
close to the wall.
Oh, that was so close.
Dude, are you serious? They're going to
Oh,
penalize him
that
for
was
that?
super close.
Are you serious?
On the
That's
line.
kind of. I hope he doesn't get penalized for that. It's kind of ridiculous.
Let's
It's
see
not
if
like
he
a.
does he have the DRS in this zone? No. And Norris still. Nope. Okay, we don't get the auto from Norris there. Only about a second behind, so he
Norris
has Perez breathing down his neck. James
Norris
Shepard,
is so
welcome into
funny on the
chat.
radio. Hey
Thanks for
James, how
joining
been?
us. We've been doing good. This has been, we're in costume here this morning, so it's been a pretty good race. There's been drama in the pits. That really has been the drama so far. 13 laps to go. We'll see if we get any more of it as the race starts to tick down. I do think that like Red Bull could try to give Verstappen the fastest lap here if they tell him to push it.
So that was
I
that was
would.
going to be my question where I got cut off. I don't know if the fastest lap is for the team or it's also like the driver too.
No, it's for the
Like the
driver.
driver point and the team point.
No, I know it doesn't. I don't. No. It doesn't. I don't
It's
think it
just the
matters.
driver?
It doesn't matter for
Okay.
the constructor. Oh, Norris is bouncing around in there. He is not having a good time right now.
These cars take an absolute beating.
The gap
Oh, it's
continuing
so
to
close.
close now. 0.8. At this point, Perez will have the DRS as he comes around the start-finish line. Oh, it is both. All right. I stand corrected.
It is both. Yeah. Okay.
The points transfer over. All right. So
Oh, James, you're a Botas fan. Yeah, I feel bad for you, man.
Ooh.
We all do. That he can't
Yeah.
catch a break.
It was bad.
It's so sad.
I mean, to be fair, the incidents have caused us a bit of like the race would have been better if one a for the Leclerc Ferrari had remained in, right? We would have been much more intriguing, I think. And then
Yeah,
and then and
yeah.
then you still like to lose two cars to non on the track related stuff, right? In the middle of the race is very unfortunate.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those. Oh my god! It seems like
Perez
every
is
time
just
they go over that thing, they're just gonna go straight
hammer
into the
down,
wall.
hammer down. And actually, Norris is going to hit some traffic here.
Yeah, he 99's in front of him. This is
Yeah, as he was just told to allow for the overtake, and Norris is, yeah, I
that
should
was
have
really
noticed.
actually unfortunate for Perez because he had his DRS there, but he had to basically wait to get to for them to pass and get out of the way and be able to actually get onto him.
Yeah, as they're hitting traffic here, as they put the cars in front of them even farther down. Actually, now Lance Stroll is a lap down, so Hamilton in seventh is where the lead lap is.
So this race would just be pretty interesting with Charles because technically like this is like the we saw Max get in front and he's never been able to get anywhere else and it would have just been a Max chasing
Yeah, and he
Charles the whole
actually
time,
really
right?
hasn't been challenged, to be honest.
And
And
I agree with the race control there that no further action on Stroll. He like
yeah,
barely went over the line. It really was not that. It was not.
makes
It
total
was
sense.
not weird.
Because at least between Verstappen and Leclerc, you know that Verstappen would have been hunting the entire time.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
and actually trying to actively like push for. And to be fair, Bottas would have been hunting Verstappen the entire time
Yeah. I
too.
agree. Yeah. Too. Also.
So
Yeah.
if the pit strategy had actually worked out, and
It's
instead,
just kind of disappointing. Literally, the top two cars are out, right? Or the top one and three.
yeah, and basically, and Sainz what was got the gap down to about 2.5 seconds. That was the closest it ever got. It's now back to 8.3. So clear sailing for Verstappen at the moment, unless he gets caught into some sort of traffic here. Still have a battle between third and fourth. That's the most interesting thing happening on the entire race course at the moment.
Mercedes pits.
They're gonna give Hamilton the softs
Softs.
and tell him to try to go and get the fastest lap and try to get a point back.
Yeah, 100%. There's enough gap between him and Stroll to where he can do it and be safe as well. There's no issues here. This is kind of the most damage control Mercedes can kind of do here in this situation. I'm sure they're not going to be happy about it.
What is curious though, as actually
New
I see
lap
that
record.
they what they saw was that they had enough time that Hamilton wouldn't lose any track position, that they could just put him out there with soft tires and tell him, you're not going to lose track position. You have the 6 points from finishing in seventh. Try to bump that up one, and see if you can get a fastest lap. Sonoda with a 114. That's the first 114 we've seen so far today. Sonoda currently on the soft tires, which is what they just put Hamilton on. So those softs are probably the way to go to see if they
Ooh,
can
that
drop.
back went
Woo!
out. His back went out bad on that.
Yeah,
And
Norris
yeah,
losing the
James,
rear.
I do agree with you in chat here. But he said, I love this track just because of how tight and difficult it is, but it comes with the cost of lack of overtaking. Yeah, I mean, I do agree with it. It is kind of like a give and take. It is, you lose overtaking, but you get this like incredible, like tight racing, which I still find this extremely exciting. Here's Hamilton.
Interesting. They're trying to play some mind games here, basically telling Hamilton that he doesn't have to put in his fastest lap right off the get, because if he does, Verstappen knows what he has to shoot for.
Yeah.
So they're trying to basically,
He can also warm up his tires
yeah,
and like
exactly.
get himself space as well. So it's actually pretty fair. He can still hang out kind of.
They're banking on Lewis being able to throw in a fast lap and not have Red Bull respond in time. A little bit of the mind games going on here. 8 laps to go, and if something were to happen, you got to think that drivers maybe getting a little
It would happen
antsy.
start time so soon.
Yeah, this would be it. Remember, if you want to catch the end of the race, folks, jump into Discord. You can grab it there. Frank's got the private watch party going on. And yeah, final day of the Premier League as well.
Yeah, it's true. It does start at 11.
And I think
That would be absolutely nerve-wracking dying after that.
you have to win, or
Yeah, we have to win.
there you go.
And
Liverpool
I don't know if
needing
we're
a
going to
win.
win. And there is the new track record, 1 minute and 12.9 seconds.
I thought we were
still
get,
off of what we were doing in qualifying.
I thought we were going to get under 110.
I was thinking at least 11s.
Yeah. So basically, I'm not sure if they. Yeah, there's no way that Hamilton really catches back up to Gasly right now. It's 15.6 seconds, although we have seen Hamilton do some incredible things on new sets of soft tires that you wouldn't expect.
Wow, Norris is not even close in the Drivers' Championship, actually. Never mind.
Yeah, because there's like first and second.
Yeah, there's too much of the
so
gap.
Many points. It's so top heavy. Yeah.
20. It drops off hard after that.
You'd have to like win 2 races basically and have the other ones do nothing.
Not actually. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I hope Liverpool next season. We should be better next season with Van Dijk and everybody back. This season was a throwaway with all the injuries. 100%. I'm still curious if Perez is going to make it.
Well,
he's under 0.8. He has DRS. I'm curious to see if he's actually going to be able to catch Norris. This, I guess, is sort of the fight at the end that we are going to be closely watching.
Yep, and here is the DRS zone. The wing is open, but Perez can't make up any ground. Nothing.
To be honest with you, yeah, he didn't open up any. That's weird.
Norris with the defense there, just putting the hammer down.
He didn't actually go faster.
Whew. 6 laps to go. Hamilton still the fastest with a 112. 112.9? 112.9 was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 112.9, something like that.
The thing is as Paolo was mentioning, it's just so hard to pass because
you
can't get close when you're not on the straightaway because of imagine you were within 0.2 to 0.3 of a second trying to go around all these turns. It would be insane.
No, yeah, I mean, you straight up can't because you actually have to take. There's only one line to take on all the corners, so you actually can't go side by side, and the person that has the line is just going to go right in front of you. So, and that's probably going to be the person in front of you. They're just going to be able to make it. So it doesn't. So yeah, I totally agree. It's practically almost impossible to pass.
He's gonna have the. He did have the DRS there, but again, not making up any ground. Still about 1 second is the differential. Yes, DRS the weakest on this track, as James is pointing out. Well, I mean, and that was what we saw.
It's also weakest because they're not carrying they're not carrying enough speed, right?
Yeah.
So the way how DRS on other that could have ended poorly.
Oh, Yuki, yeah, he almost went wide on that one. Well, he did go wide. Whew.
Oh my!
Almost the wall, not quite.
Yeah, every single time. It's terrifying. Makes no sense. Yeah, after the tunnel in braking is the other opportunity. Pass,
you'd have to bomb it into the turn there.
Oh, Serena gets the wave the checkered flag. That's kind of cool. There you go.
That's pretty cool, actually.
That's really cool.
And right now, the checkered flag would belong to Verstappen in 4 laps. Yeah. Started in second, which was effectively pole position after Leclerc could not start the race.
Yeah, so Max had that better start, but it was on the replay when you were watching it, or Bottas does get off the line, but the second of when they shift gears, Bottas his car like almost hiccups and Verstappen gets in front of him. It was kind of weird when it was in slow motion. It looked like he almost like hiccuped and Verstappen like had more pace on him and like shifted quicker than him. They're making
The
onto the bricks. I guess everybody goes on the bricks here.
there your the wheel was completely upside down there. There was your little case there.
Yeah, there it is.
And at the end of the day, had had Bottas even passed Verstappen, it wouldn't have mattered because he lost the race in the pits.
Yeah, then again, like hindsight, either way, he still would have had the tire issue.
Yep.
I'm still, I still don't think Perez is going to make it.
No, Norris is gonna hold on here.
100%. No
Norris is
way.
gonna hold on. Great for him, actually. He qualified well in P5, managed to move up the 2 slots.
Yeah.
To a little bit lucky there, but I suppose everybody moved up 2 slots at least. So yeah, Sainz is not going to be able to catch Verstappen here, and Verstappen just has 3 laps to go.
He's opened the gap on Perez by 2. Yeah, Lando should be fine.
Lando should be okay.
Well, I guess I'm gonna be wrong on the fact that there's a yellow flag or any type of incident.
Yeah, has not been.
I'm gonna be completely wrong on that
Vettel
one.
in the Aston is actually going to looks like a 5th place finish at the moment.
Which is fantastic for him considering how the season has been kind of going for the entire Aston Martin team. This is probably their best
Their best finish,
right?
They have Stroll
finishes.
in 8th actually,
Yeah,
as well.
as well.
So a double, so 2 Astons in the top 10. And I'm trying to look, either Ocon in the Alpine in 9th and Giovinazzi is in 10th. And a decent race there for the Gasly in the AlphaTauri. So
Yeah, Gasly. I have to say, yes, drivers of the day and the best drivers of Verstappen, Sainz, Norris, but ultimately Gasly, I have to just give my hats off to him. He's done incredibly well. He's moved up as well, and he's been doing fantastic overall today. Being able to hold off Hamilton basically for the whole day. I mean, there was a period of time where Hamilton was pushing and on him within under a second as well. So, I mean, there is that. Have to give credit there, and also just happy to see the Astons, like I said, doing well. And there's Leclerc.
2 laps to go. And it doesn't look like Verstappen is really throwing down the.
No, he's not even. He can't because
here.
he's on the hards. So honestly, can't really do it. So for him, he's just going to take the 25 points that he can.
Yeah, he's just going to take the 25, and they're going to put that one in the bank. So it'll be 105 to 101, a 4-point differential between Verstappen and Hamilton by the time that we're done here in Monte Carlo.
Sonoda was told about track limits, but should be fine. And then here's Verstappen. He's going to be starting his last lap here shortly. Once he goes in here, then he's going to go around the swimming pool. Thank you, James. Appreciate it. Thanks for popping in. It's nice to see you as always. And then we're going to go around swimming pool.
Yeah, he just basically, I mean, he's got 9 seconds. He can even throttle off here. He just has to race a conservative lap and
he has to not hit the wall.
He's got to.
And their driver of the day, Vettel, gets it. Nice. It does not go to Verstappen or somewhere else. Yeah, nice. Goes to Vettel. I like that.
He's got to go 3.3 kilometers for a 25
the longest
point 3.3 win.
The longest 3.3 kilometers.
Yep.
And yeah, time for Liverpool. F, man. This is going to be awful. I got 2 hours of stress.
Verstappen going to run into a little bit of traffic here as he's making his way towards the tunnel. And in he goes.
There it is. That's got to be a Max boat because it has all the Dutch flags and everything on it. It's one of the boats that has all of
Oh,
it.
is it?
Yeah, it's
Ah.
or maybe they're just Dutch fans. Obviously, all the people at that bar.
Oh, little
Yeah,
wiggle.
he squibbled there,
Little
and
wiggle.
there it
Careful.
is.
And he
Nice
will.
job, Serena.
Got it. All right.
There it is, Max. Good job. Nice to see him win that one. I have to say, I was right in my prediction. I said Red Bull was going to win.
Yeah, you had it right. You had it right.
I did. I did get that right.
So, folks, next week, like for the next race, can vote in Discord too. Sainz finishes in second. Lando Norris in third. Perez does make it to the end. They're telling Serena to keep waving the
She
flag.
has to keep waving the flag. She's got to wave it for a minute because Mazepin is still a whole lap behind.
They're telling Serena to keep
See,
waving
it's
the
the
flag.
Max boat.
There's the Dutch boat. You're right.
There's the
Everybody
Dutch
in
boat.
orange. Yeah. Yeah. So
Man, that party's going to be lit.
there, Enzo. Be a little difficult for Lando to win the championship, but definitely.
I think next year he's definitely going to have the opportunity to possibly win it. This year he's still behind too much on the points.
Serena.
I think.
Keep going. They're telling her to keep going, and she's holding it like a tennis racket at the moment.
Yeah, I was going to say I think she's. I think, is it supposed to be a one-handed thing?
I think it's supposed to be a one-handed thing. Yeah.
Yeah, she's got it. She's doing the backhand.
She's doing the backhand with
not the
with
right,
the flag at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah. She has. How does she have no stamina? Yeah, she's literally a tennis pro. Just a professional athlete.
A little bit more gusto on the flag there next time, maybe. Yeah, there is a Team Max boat. Look at that.
There was also a Max apartment.
Apparently.
Hey, thanks, Usella, and thank you, Spencer, as well. Appreciate it. It was nice to see you yesterday as well.
Start to finish, wire to wire, Verstappen takes the Monaco Grand Prix here in Monte Carlo. On a beautiful day in Monte Carlo, actually.
Beautiful day. Also, nice words being spoken here between Max and Horner. Nice to kind of see that. They have pretty much been through thick and thin, that entire team always being second fiddle to Mercedes. Now he's actually able to lead the championship, which is fascinating. And I think is going to probably make this one of the more interesting F1 seasons in the end.
We're going to have to update that Drivers' Championship for next week because it is going to be Verstappen.
Does anybody knock it over? This is my favorite part.
He's coming in hot. He's coming in hot.
Oh, the brakes are there. Damn, there is nothing on those tires.
It's not that bad.
Show the tires again. Yeah,
no,
look at it.
It could be worse. It could be worse.
Steering wheel comes off. How much do you think that steering wheel costs?
A decent amount. Probably as much as one of our cars. Yeah,
I was about to say who's honking, and then it's other cars. I feel like that would be hot.
The area. Yeah.
I feel like you shouldn't.
A little celebration there for Team Red Bull. Very nice. Team Ferrari performed very well today too.
And Paulo actually kind of does point this out correctly. Like, this is the Verstappen Sainz. This 1, 2, 3 here is kind of the new gen of F1, right? The new generation of young drivers kind of coming up. You see kind of some of the older drivers not doing as hot. But, I mean, granted.
McLaren going to be very happy with that third place finish here. The first time on the podium this season for Norris, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure. And Sainz for sure as well there in second. So Ferrari doesn't get its pole position driver, but they do end up finishing. They do get a second place finish. Not bad.
You still, 100%. Even if you're a Ferrari fan, anything like this, getting a second here is still great for Ferrari. That's a weird kiss.
Through the helmet, yeah.
And the
Through
mask.
a mask and a helmet.
That is funny. But here, I mean, 100% should be celebrating for Ferrari. It just kind of shows what it could have been. It literally could have been a 1, 2, 3. It could have been a Max Leclerc Sainz, or it could have been a 1-3. It just shows that Ferrari is kind of at least moving in the right direction and solid for them to be able to go through this. credit to them. And there's Charles congratulating Carlos. It's nice to be able to see between both of the teammates there.
Yeah. All right. Fantastic. Fantastic race here in Monte Carlo. Unfortunately, the drama off the race, off the actual race course, kind of played a big part in determining the final outcome there. Lewis Hamilton does get the extra point with a 112.9 as the fastest lap here. So, it's all aces for Red Bull here as Verstappen goes wire to wire. I think we're going to call it there,
Yep.
Corinne. And good luck to your Liverpool.
Yeah,
And
hopefully.
and that's it. Thank you, everybody, very much for hanging out with us here this morning. And for if you were hanging out in the Discord, we'll continue the conversation throughout the week before we get
I'll,
to Azerbaijan.
I'll leave the Discord up so you can watch some of the interviews and stuff like that as well. So I'll leave it up for a little bit for y'all.
There you go. It'll be Baku next, which I don't actually know that much about. We have to do.
It's similar type track in the sense of it's a street track, but it is much more high speed.
Wow. Okay. All right, so we'll see you all in about 2 weeks' time. Continue the conversation with us on Discord. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Cheers and goodbye.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.